Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Beata and I'm thrilled to have you here. This channel is all about diving into the exciting world of business management systems, sustainability, environmental management, and quality management. Today we're diving into the world of procedures. We will be talking about whether procedures are just unnecessary bureaucracy when they can actually be helpful, how they should be structured, and what elements the procedure should have. I will also present how to write the procedure in 10 simple steps. Let's start with when there is a need to create a procedure. I may surprise you, but not everything needs a procedure. You don't need to create them for basic tasks, otherwise they will be ignored. So, when actually do we need a procedure? The golden rule of procedure creation is to make sure there is a reason to create them. A written procedure may be necessary when one or more from the following list occur. The issue is important to the company. Process is long, complex, or complicated. There are serious consequences if the process is done wrong. It is essential that everyone strictly follows the rules. It is important to ensure consistency or repeatability. People seem confused and similar questions are asked repeatedly. People forget to take certain actions or they keep on getting things wrong. Process involves paperwork or some kind of documentation. There will be a significant benefit from clarifying a process. It will be helpful for training purposes. Procedures are usually required by internal compliance departments and indeed, they can be extremely helpful. Here's why. First off, procedures are like guidebooks for both new employees and existing team members. When we bring in new team members or need a refresher, procedures make sure everyone's on the same page. Procedures help in the training of new or existing team members, and they can be helpful in other areas too, in retaining and recording important information, in ensuring compliance with laws and regulations, in achieving process goals or strategic plans, in providing a clear framework for the delegation of decision-making in routine situations, in understanding individual and team responsibilities, in using time and resources more efficiently, in improving performance, in reducing risk and limiting interruptions in operation, and in improving safety. Good procedures can contribute to the success of your company by improving performance and reducing risks. But what actually do we think of saying good procedure? In my opinion, a good procedure is basically one that ticks off a few important boxes. First off, it should be consistent with the company's goals and strategic plans. Additionally, it should be consistent with top-level processes or policies. Procedures shall be developed with the customer and user in mind. It needs to serve crystal clear instructions to the user. No room for confusion or guessing. Oh, and let's not forget about simplicity. The procedure should be understandable and easy to follow. And as time keeps on ticking, the procedure shouldn't gather dust. It needs to stay current and actual. As procedures represent an implementation of policy and process, they should be reviewed regularly and evolve over time. They should be changed in response to the internal or external changes. In fact, there should be an expectation that individuals or employees will challenge outdated procedures and call them to the attention of document owners. There are a few elements or components that the procedure usually has. Title of the procedure, issue date or effective date, revision number or version number, procedure identification number according to rules described in your company's quality management system or business management system, page number, and for example, company logo. This is optional, but usually it is added as a part of the company identity. This information usually appears on all subsequent pages of the procedure so that even if we print the document and then some pages get lost, we know which procedure they belong to. This helps us ensure the integrity of a procedure. The information about the procedure can be captured, for example, as a footer or headline banner on each page. Then, usually, the procedure has other elements such as supersedes or replace notification if necessary, purpose and boundaries section. This section describes the general objectives to be achieved by the procedure and the circumstances under which the procedure should be used. Jargon and definitions section. This section contains definitions of unique terms or terms that may have different interpretations. Related documents section. For example, list of forms needed to be completed, a list of regulations or legal requirements, a list of relevant standards or other references directly applicable to the procedure. Responsibilities section. In this section, we can describe responsibilities for individual departments, units, offices, or job titles for those who have responsibility for aspects of daily control and coordination of the procedure. Procedure steps. This section can be either written or in the form of a flowchart, in the form of pictures, print screens, or even in the form of videos. We can use different tools and data types. This is the core section of the procedure and its essence. This section provides the reader with the necessary how-to information. Here we shall put all details. It can be, for example, a statement in outline format of each step required, a checklist of what needs to be done, an explanation of how to complete the necessary forms or screens, a flowchart with relevant symbols to show the flow of work, or a combination of all the above. The next section is the approvals section. This section contains the necessary signatures. They can be either physical or electronic. Signatures tell us who and when approved the procedure. The number of signatures on the procedure and roles that need to sign the procedure depend on the company and its document management rules. It can be, for example, signed by 3 people: an author, a document owner, and a process owner. And usually last but not least section is the change revisions section. This is usually in the form of a table showing which section has been changed in which revision number. This is a list of elements that usually can be found in a procedure template. They can be in different sequences. For example, approvals or change revisions can be on the front page of the procedure or on the last page of the procedure. From the compliance point of view, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it can be difficult to design a procedure, but following these 10 simple steps shall ensure that your procedures are well designed, user-friendly, and helpful in achieving business goals. Step 1. Layout. Make sure that your layout, document, platform, or template enables you to include all necessary elements described above. The layout of your procedure shall be consistent with the layout of other procedures within the company and the business management system. To achieve that, the company usually have a pre-prepared template that can be used. The procedure can be in any media format. It does not necessarily have to be a written procedure. It can be, for example, in the video format. Step 2. Title. The procedure title should be carefully selected. It should be simple and clearly conveys the procedure's content and the problem that the procedure addresses. Step 3. Current procedure. Gather information as it is. Get input from all roles or departments affected by the procedure. You can meet with the responsible teams. You can arrange to brainstorm or get input, for example, via email. First, list all activities and information on how those activities are being completed. It doesn't have to be in a specific order. Don't worry about grouping at the moment, just brainstorm freely. Step 4. Target procedure. Gather information as it shall be. You can ask yourself or a team, what in the current procedure does not work and why? What are the problems? Do we need any additional checklists, spreadsheets, databases, forms, or tools that would enable you to ease tasks and facilitate the flow of work? On which media the accomplishment of the procedure will be documented? Is it paper? Is it any electronic tool or software? Where it will be kept? For how long it will be kept? How data will be organized? Do you need any numbering system? In this step, it is important to familiarize yourself with the current regulations and requirements, such as standards requirements, customer requirements, or best industry practices. Step 5. Organize a procedure and add information into relevant sections. In this step, you take data gathered during previous steps and put them into relevant procedure sections. This is done to organize the content of the procedure. Step 6. Write the core section of the procedure. The next step is to write down the procedure steps. It can be written as statements in plain text, as a flowchart with relevant symbols showing the flow of work, or as a checklist that shows what needs to be done. In here we shall put all the details and give all the necessary how-to information. Step 7. Write additional sections. In this step, let's conduct activities such as document the purpose of the procedure, make a list of required resources, document responsibilities, clarify any jargon and definitions, and list all related documents and templates. Step 8. Read through, review, and test. Once the procedure is completed, read the whole document and check if the procedure is accurate and gives all necessary information. Give it to be read by a few co-workers, in particular those who will be responsible for doing the job described in this procedure. Get representatives from each stakeholder group, such as end users and managers. Ask them if everything is clear, understandable, and unambiguous. Test the procedure in a controlled environment. Make improvements if necessary. When all of this is completed, get a final review. Step 9. Gather approvals. In this step, you need to gather the necessary signatures and approvals. It can be in a physical form, for example, wet signature, or in an electronic form, for example, digital signature. The number of signatures and the roles that need to sign the document depends on the company quality management system. For example, you may need to have approval from an author, prepared by, procedure owner, approved by, and departmental division head or director, authorized by. The number of necessary signatures and approvals depends on the organization. In some companies, you may have just 2 signatures, in some 4 or more are necessary. Stage 10. Deploy the procedure. Publish the new procedure in the company business management system. Establish procedure review cycle. This ensures that the procedure is reviewed regularly and is not outdated or obsolete. Inform those involved in a procedure and those who it may concern. Prepare training materials and deliver necessary training. Gather feedback from users and use it for the future improvements. I hope this material was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions related to this topic or which particular topics you would be interested to hear in the future. I would like to kindly invite you to subscribe to this channel. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye, and I hope to see you soon on this channel.